Intubate means that you're putting a tube down someone's throat to clear an airway, and then you put them on a bag or on a machine that pumps oxygen in them, which I'm quite proficient at this point. In fact, if you'd like to volunteer, I'd like to show you how good I really am at that.
50 over 30, respiration 36, pulse 140.
All right, well, let's take a look.
With early calls and long hours on the set, you may think the cast of ER doesn't have much of a life away from the soundstage. Well, that's not always the case. Taking advantage of a late call, Eric LaSalle squeezes in a morning game of ping pong, a pastime he sometimes shares with his fellow cast members.
George and Noah are pretty good ping pong players. We, three of us went to Spain this summer after we did the pilot, and we played a lot of pool and ping pong in Spain.
For LaSalle, a relaxing game of ping pong is just one of the ways he likes to unwind.
I buy things that keep me at home. Yeah, I find myself doing that. It's very important for me to create like a sanctuary, something that, puts me at ease and at peace. So the things that I buy, I really just to make me more comfortable.
Among his comforts, a new car to take him to and from the studio. Just like every cast member, LaSalle bought his car when ER became a hit. For LaSalle, much of the pleasure in playing Dr. Peter Benton comes from the way the character is evolving.
I don't play a black doctor. I play a doctor. I play a doctor who happens to be black. And obviously there will be certain specific issues addressed to me because I am black. But in general, I love the fact that right now we've shot maybe a dozen episodes, and there's never been one reference to me, quote-unquote, being black. You just accept me as a doctor.
LaSalle, who co-starred in the films Drop Squad and Coming to America, auditioned for his ER part in a pair of surgical scrubs. Obviously, his determination paid off, and now every time LaSalle arrives at the Warner Brothers lot, he considers himself a lucky man.
Any lot that pays me money and gives me a good show to do, I'm happy to be on.
While Eric joins his fellow cast members on ER duty, a team of producers and writers gathers in a small conference room to discuss upcoming storylines.
7, Mr. Spielberg saw and liked, and is almost ready for us to lock it. He's got only 1 or 2 very minor things.
Headed by executive producer John Wells, the meeting place is affectionately called the War Room.
The War Room refers to the writers' meetings, which happen in the afternoon, where we actually lay out all the strategy for what we're going to do for the rest of the season. So actually all of the boards on the wall here are laying out everything from episode 11 to episode 24 for the rest of the season.
Every chance we get, we start peeking and we look at the big board and, like, scan for your name, Carter sees father, parents waiting 10 minutes. Oh, my parents are still alive. Any reference to anything, because we're totally in the dark.
As an actor, I find the most comfort is to know that there's 5 great writers working on the show that are really passionate and caring about the writing.
But what the writers are passionate about may surprise you. Show researchers gather real-life emergency room anecdotes that the writers use later. The tales range from the serious to the absolutely outrageous.
A lot of the humor is rectal, anal humor, the guy who showed up with a duck on his...
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
On his penis, and...
He said he was having trouble going to the bathroom.
Yeah, he said he had... trouble, sir? He said he had...
He was having trouble peeing, and when they looked, he had a duck attached to him, so... That was the difficulty.
Could be difficult.
In addition to the humor, the writers try to convey a sense of realism found in an actual emergency room. Sometimes that includes dealing with death.
If you spend an evening in an emergency room, people die. And we did, and we felt that that people would just immediately believe the show would not believe the show and think it was false if people didn't die on the show.
One standout episode guest starred Alan Rosenberg, best known from the TV series Civil Wars and L.A. Law. He played a dying patient in need of a heart transplant that never comes.
I was always sure of you. You never let me down.
Sam, please don't you tell him one poor thing. You have to make him hear me.
I got very fortunate with this one episode because I really consciously, I don't think, realized it when I started, but it was really an exercising of some kind of demon of my own father's death. As I was watching him die, I wasn't watching him die, I was watching my father die. And that doesn't happen often in your life, but it made the making of that episode fairly powerful for me personally.
I think the show, what we try to do on the show is about the human condition. We don't try and tell stories that have themes, specific themes to them. I hope that people just come away from the show feeling better about being human beings.
When we return, it's back to the set for the critical Day 8. The episode must be finished, and the clock is ticking.
Cut! Very nice. As we cut.
I forgot. That was 4 episodes ago. Cricothyrotomy. I think it's something to do with an incision in the throat.
Eric made up that word. He makes up words all the time.
I know people in the medical profession. I don't know, but I forget. That was 4 episodes ago, and now I'm on to some more challenging things. So.
Back to the set of ER.
No, they're not hoping for divine intervention, but it couldn't hurt. This is Day 8, the final day, and the cast and crew of ER have got to finish the show.
Day 8. Day 8 for what? Day 8 of this episode.
Is this the 8th day?
8th day.
You're done.
After 7 grueling days of shooting, it's easy to lose track of time, but they know they have to pull it together.
You get used to it after a while, I guess. So just got to find out when to relax and when to rest.
I'm tired. It becomes very tiring because there's so much to do, so much information you have to gather.